Hi guys! Currently we're in my craft room and I just wanted to share with you the latest layout that I did. This is something that I did strictly because I wanted to do some stitching. I was lying in bed one morning and I was just thinking about things and I thought, I want to do a layout with a really big anchor on it and then stitch around it. I've really been getting into stitching lately on my layouts. It's really nice to be able to just sit in front of the TV with my husband, and so I'm spending time with him, but I'm still getting to craft. So what I did is I just used an image, an anchor from the Silhouette store, and I cut it out on some paper. And the paper is, I've had a few of the supplies here. The paper is by Mambi. Let me show you that here. Got that at Hobby Lobby. So I used the stars for the anchor, and then the background is a wood pattern that I used. So what I did then, like I said, I cut out the anchor and I affixed it to my background with the wood, and then I stitched all around it here. And one of the things I just wanted to point out, if you're newer to stitching, is they do make a kind of thread. They have the threads, the embroidery threads that are 6 strands, and you can separate them into as many strands as you want when you're stitching. But if you like it thicker, they do make this one here is what I use. Let me hold that in front. It is more of the kind of thread that it's called the craft thread, I believe, and kids use it to make little bracelets and do crochet and that kind of thing, and that's with the embroidery flosses, and it comes in some basic colors. So I used the red to stitch around. I was thinking of white or even blue, but I decided on the red. Actually, I always ask my husband, what do you think? What should I go with? And he's really good with offering his advice. So he said he thought red would really stand out. So that's really fun and easy to do, and it gives a little dimension to my page. And then down here, this is a Carta Bella paper called Ahoy there. And these are just some waves that I added to the bottom. And as you can see, I stitched along here. Now, the thread that I used for that is the 6-strand embroidery floss, because that particular color didn't really come in the other craft thread. So just did the top. I mean, I really could have gotten elaborate and done each section of the waves, but anyway, there we go. And then I'll just start at the top with what else I did. I cut the title with my Silhouette Studio, my Cameo, I should say, I guess. And the paper is a glitter paper. It's hard to tell. It's a real subtle glitter paper by Martha Stewart. And then that's just a white cardstock in the back. So what I did is I just offset my title. That's an option in the software. And I cut it in the white like that, and then a red to put on top just to make it stand out a little bit more. And then there's a few stickers that I put on here. That's by Simple Stories, Sea to Shining Sea, and then also that little flag, and I stamped with the Heidi Swapp rubber stamp, the date stamp. And that's a Carta Bella sticker, You and Me, and also Carta Bella. That's, both of those are from the Ahoy There collection. And that little card is just like a Project Life type of card by Kelly Purkey. And let's see, oh, the little hearts there I just cut out with my Silhouette. And that journaling, I had done some journaling to put in this area right here, but I just didn't like the way it looked. I cut it into strips and I just wasn't really happy with it. And I've also done Project Life for this particular day, so I really didn't need a lot of details on what happened for the day. I really just wanted the pictures. And so that's just a long shot. That's using the iPhone, and then you set it to your panoramic setting and to take pictures like that. Works out pretty well, really. They turn out really nice. And just a little selfie there. But what I really wanted to point out here Well, let me show you. That together is from the Shine Collection, Maggie Holmes. But what I want to point out, what I did here, is I decided after I had stitched down that I wanted my picture to look like it was going behind this anchor. So I measured from the top on my page and just looked at where this picture would sit on the mat. Another thing you could do really is just lay out over your negative sheet that you ripped off the anchor from, and just get an idea of where you want this part to cut through and this down here, and then just set your picture in that position on your mat and run it through your Cameo again, and it will cut out that area off your picture, and then you can slip it just in. It just fits right in like a puzzle piece. But what I found is that because of my stitching, I needed to offset it a little bit. So there's just an option in there, I'm sure you're familiar with it, that the offset, and you just select it. It's what I did here where I offset that, but that's a big offset. This one was only a point, I believe it was either 0.02 or 0.03. Very, very minimal. So you can barely see. I mean, I'm zoomed in so you can sort of see a little bit of a gap. But in real life, you don't notice it. And it looks like this anchor is set on top of the picture. I have a posting on my blog where I explain that a little bit more, but if you'd like to see that, you can go over there. And I'll just put the link in my YouTube video. So anyway, thanks for stopping by today.